This is my hydration pack for mountain biking. This is the EVOC FR Endure Backline. Let's get at it. This thing right now on Amazon retails for about $165. In comparison to a relatively sized Camelbak, this thing, the Camelbak MULE, I believe, or NV or whatever, that goes for about $110. When you compare it to the Camelbak Kudu, which includes a back protector, just like this one, which I'll go through, it's about $150, $160. So with a back protection equivalent of Camelbak, it is roughly the same price. So when compared to Camelbaks, I do feel like this thing is much more low profile. So the first thing that I like about this bag is that you could actually get it in different sizes. It starts with a small, a medium large, and an extra large. I'll have a link below on the sizing directly from EVOC.com. But as you can see, this one is a small. So obviously it's the size of the human, and so I'm 5'7" with thick socks. So so the small definitely fits me. But again, sizing, just click on the link below, and that will guide you right through that. So obviously if fit is something that you're worried about, or you're a smaller person or a larger person than average, it would be worth kind of looking into it, right? So that's that about sizing, which is great. Because this is a Blackline edition, which I guess that's a code for EVOC's top line versions of different packs they have, what sets it apart is really just this part. I don't know if you could see it, but there's a mesh over these ridges, and those ridges are foam and they're perforated, and it really just helps with the overall ventilation of the pack. While we're at it, here in the straps, these straps are like most hydration packs. The straps are adjustable high and low. Obviously you can click it, and there's even an emergency whistle, which is always good. Within the straps, obviously they're adjustable on the bottom, and we also have the bottom part of the strap, which goes to your waist. Now, this is very much different than your normal hydration Camelbak. This is definitely a little bit thicker. It is stretchy, and I don't know if you could see that, but it breathes. I don't want to say it's thin, but it definitely breathes. And it's because it has this elasticity. It actually really hugs you in the right way. So you have the Velcro here, and then it also secures by a buckle. On the right hand, you do have a side pouch, which is really handy for like energy gels or shot blocks, or even just car keys, right? Let's start the front of the bag with the bottom. You'll notice that this Velcro piece actually opens up to a zipper piece, and within that you have these straps. And the reason that these straps were put in here is so that if you were racing enduro, you'd be able to kind of secure your pads on the way up, say you didn't want to wear them, and just kind of anchor them and strap them onto your bag, right? So you could kind of just ride it on the way up. In the same way that you would want your pads secured to your bag on the way up on an enduro race, let's just say you're a two helmet kind of person. where you would want a full face helmet, such as this Bell Super 2R. Shout out to the Sith, if you guys know what that is. If you guys were having a full-size helmet on the way down and a normal helmet on the way up, this is how you would secure your full-size helmet. Take this pouch, this front main compartment, which is stretchy. This also has grippers on it. The reason you would want to do that is if you were to do this, you could secure your helmet as such. You have two, what looks like drink holders, additional drink holders. The main pouch has all the warnings, or actually, you know, just more information. And as you can see, it is rated for snowboarding, skiing, and mountain biking, but is not rated for motocross. And one would ask, well, why is it rated? It's just a pack. Great question. When you set aside the main bladder where you would want your true hydration bladder would go, this is why most people buy this pack, or start to look into it at least, like I have. It includes a light shield back protector, and it's one of those things. It's relatively light. It's about I would say, I think it was about 150 grams, which is super light, right? And it just adds more protection so that if you crash, it'll protect your back. And the way that it goes in, you just do this, and then you strap it back in. One of the reasons, like I said, that I really like this pack is that just how sleek and thin this is. So why don't we fill it up with all the stuff that I carry when I'm riding. In this dry area right here, I actually have my first aid kit here. So it's got Band-Aids, gauze, alcohol pads. There's some ointment in there, chapstick, definitely some Aleve, some painkillers, just in case, you know, the wreck is pretty bad. I even have some patches on here that are fairly large, just in case it is a gash. And that goes right in that dry bag. The second thing that I do is I take this, put this right here, along with chapstick, put it in there. On these main things down here, I have my shock tune set up because I have the Cane Creek DB inline. That's my field guide. I have an extra pair of brakes, zip ties, which, believe me, I've had to lend out like 3 times already. Snap light. I do night riding, so just in case you're shit out of luck and you run out of batteries, you could find your way out of the woods, or at least help yourself to find yourself out of the woods. Tire levers, just in case you do have to use your tube, and even a patch kit. That goes right in there. I also have a rear mech hanger, just in case. That goes right in here. And I also have power links for the chain, just in case it breaks. And I even have an extra cleat for clipless. And that's because I do use this pack for my gravel grinder, my BMC. So you'll notice that I actually use a lot of plastic bags. It just helps keep things dry and also keeps it organized, right? On the top end, you have this, which is really where food goes. This is where an extra bag with cash and a lighter goes. That's also where like GoPro battery goes. GoPro mounts. In the main pack, this is where the rainfly goes, which I believe retails for, I think, $30. Extra tube, like I said, with a patch kit. These are necessities. This is the Toe Peak Morph, which is kind of cool. The way it works is you take this out, step on it, this goes like this, and you basically have a lot more leverage. Very cool. Goes in there. Last but not least, a multi-tool. This particular one, I don't know what it's called. I think it's like the Alien 2, which opens up and it's got all your different Allen keys. It's even got a wrench in there with hex bolts, more bolts. It even has a chain breaker. All good stuff, right? I do bring my Leatherman just in case I need a plier or two, but sometimes I don't bring it. Depends on where I'm going. So, now that we have all that, I'll show you how the bladder goes in. And sometimes I hear this as a complaint about this bag is that, well, you have to buy the bladder separately. You know what? You're going to replace the bladder once a year anyway because they kind of get kind of crappy. And you get to pick your own bladder system. So I actually think that's a pro more than it is a con. So I prefer the Camelbak, and it's $35 for a new set of this and the 100-ounce bladder system. Put it in. You hook it up like you normally would. Put it in the bladder. The bladder sack, it's still pretty low profile. All right, so now the seriously important part, how it looks on you. So like I said, chest straps do secure this way. Bottom part, the Velcro with the extra security. And that's it. You're ready to roll. I hope you guys like this video. Overall, I do feel like I like this better than my old Camelbak. Again, particularly on just how it is secured to my body because of this belly belt. And it just looks more low profile. Look, I like how sleek it looks, and of course the added back protection. So I hope you guys like this video. Subscribe, like, comment, certainly ask questions. And if you like this, certainly like mountain biking, check out my Instagram page at PittsburghActive. All right, I'll see you guys later.